Good morning. In this class, I want to discuss Newton's law of universal gravitation. This topic you will find in General Properties of Matter, the first chapter. There you will find this law. This law is universal, though this law is actually an approximate law. It is approximation of Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity. Already you know all these things. I am just repeating the same thing. This is required. Some idea about this topic is required for the study of engineering mechanics. Some idea is required. So I am going to state the same law. Every two masses in this universe attracts each other. And this force of attraction is proportional to their product of their masses, and inversely proportional to the distance, a square of the distance between them. So force of attraction between two masses is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the radius between them. So if M1 and M2 are two masses, M1 and M2, M suffix 1 and M suffix 2. M1 and M2 are two masses, and the distance between them means what? Distance between their centers. What is actually center? I'll discuss that thing in next class, okay? What is the meaning of this center? Anyway, distance between them, so square of the distance between them. So say distance between the centers is r, small r. Masses are denoted by say small m, m1, m2, small m1, small m2. So F is proportional to m1, m2, directly proportional to m1, m2. And if small r is the distance between them, then it is proportional to 1 by r square. Means F is proportional to 1 by r square. Because in the statement of the law, it is mentioned that it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Between them means between the two masses. Okay, so F is equal to F. So therefore, we are getting what? We are getting F is proportional to M1, M2 divided by R square. Therefore, F should be equal to a constant of proportionality into that M1, M2 by R square. That constant of proportionality is denoted by capital G. Capital G. Okay. And this capital G is called constant of universal gravitational constant. Its value is almost 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 SI unit or MKS unit. 6.67, more digits are there, okay. 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 MKS unit. So this value of proportionality means G, universal gravitational constant, this was not experimentally discovered by or experimentally obtained by Sir Isaac Newton. The law was given by him, but this universal gravitational constant, this was experimentally obtained by Cavendish long after the discovery of this law, means law of universal gravitation, almost after 111 years. Okay, and long after his death, death of Sir Isaac Newton, almost after 71 years. So Sir Isaac Newton, he discovered this law, he used this law, but value of G was not known to him. So how did he use this law? You just compare the forces. Without knowing the law, you can compare the forces, okay? Say, for two masses, force is F1. So F1 is equal to G into that product of the masses divided by R square. And for other two masses, say force is denoted by F2, then F2 is equal to again that constant into that product of the masses divided by R square. Then you can compare these two forces, F1 by F2. This way. So F1 by F2 is equal to the right hand side by that right hand side. So G will be cancelled. Value of G will not be required if you want to compare the forces. Okay? If you want to compare the forces, the value of G will not be required. So Newton that way did his experiments and compared the forces and did his research. Anyway, that is not our interest for the study of engineering mechanics. For the study of engineering mechanics, an idea about force should be known to you. An idea should be, okay, just an idea and nothing else. You have studied all these things in class 11. Still in BTech first year course, I think you need to know this thing once again. And by using this law, we use the concept weight of a substance, weight of a mass. We know that mass, weight is equal to what? Weight is equal to mass multiplied by acceleration due to gravity, G. So, how weight is calculated? Say, board is not required for this, okay? Verbally it is possible. You are now matured enough, okay? Verbally it is possible. Say, mass of earth is denoted by capital M, mass of earth, capital M, and mass of the substance of which you want to know the weight. Mass of a substance is denoted by small m, right? Then, what is the force of attraction between earth and that mass? It is equal to F into the force is denoted by, say, F. So, F is equal to what? It is equal to G, capital G, universal gravitational constant. Capital G multiplied by capital M means mass of the earth multiplied by the mass of that substance of which you want to know the weight. Okay, small m. So capital G, capital M into small m divided by R square. R square means, say this mass is spherical. Just for example, as you know that thing. This mass is spherical. So between the center of earth and center of this mass, distance is r, small r. Therefore, F is equal to what? G capital M small m divided by R square. Okay? F is equal to G capital M small m divided by R square. That is the force of attraction between earth and that mass. Then, what is acceleration? If force is there, so acceleration must be there. Okay, force exists, therefore acceleration must exist according to Newton's laws of motion. Acceleration must exist. Acceleration means not always positive. It may be negative also, means retardation may also be present. If force acts opposite to the direction of motion, then there will be retardation. That thing is known to you. But the term retardation, normally we don't use this. In most of the cases, we use only acceleration. If it is positive, then it is really acceleration. If it is negative, then it is actually retardation. You know this thing. So, force is how much? Capital G, capital M, small m by R square. That is the force. Then what is the acceleration? Force divided by mass, because you know that force is equal to mass into acceleration. You know this thing. From Newton's second law of motion, you know this thing. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. So force is this much. Then what is acceleration? Force divided by mass. What is the mass of the substance? It is small m. Therefore, F divided by small m is how much? It is capital G into capital M divided by r square. That is acceleration. Gm by r square. That is the acceleration. Okay. This acceleration this acceleration gm by r square, this is termed as small g, which is called acceleration due to gravity. And this is same for all substance. Why? Because capital G is a fixed quantity. It is universal gravitational constant. For Earth, we are talking about weight with respect to Earth. We are living on Earth. We are living on the planet Earth. So, whenever we talk about weight, we talk about weight of the substance about this planet Earth in most of the cases. Okay? So, then capital M is fixed. And when the substances are on the surface of the Earth, substances are in most of the cases are on the surface of the Earth. So, the smaller distance between the center of that mass and the center of the Earth gets fixed automatically, and it is actually radius of the Earth itself. Am I right? It is actually radius of the Earth itself. Radius of the Earth is almost 6,400 kilometers. In some books, it is also written that 6,375 kilometer. Anyway, both are same. Percentage wise, difference is very less, very small. Okay, percentage wise difference is very small. Anyway, it is you just assume that it is 6,400 kilometer radius of the Earth, and you know that the Earth is not spherical actually. It is not perfectly spherical. So somewhere radius will be more, somewhere radius will be less. And accordingly, the value of small g, which is equal to capital G into capital M by r square, will be different. Am I right? Will be different. Anyway, you ignore all these things. You assume that Earth is perfectly spherical. So capital G, value of small g gets fixed. It is equal to what? Capital G into capital M divided by r square. Capital G is universal gravitational constant. Capital M is mass of Earth, and divided by r square. So right hand side is fixed. That means small g is fixed. Value of which is almost 9.81 meter per second square. It is acceleration. So unit will be unit of acceleration. That is meter per second square. SI unit or MKS unit. Meter per second square. Okay, that is G. Then what is the weight? Weight means what? Weight means what? Weight means weight of a substance means the force by which Earth attracts that substance. Okay. So acceleration is a small g, mass of the substance is a small m, therefore weight is small m into g. You know this thing, mass multiplied by acceleration due to gravity. But that small g is equal to what? That small g is equal to capital G into capital M by r square. That was our interest for this class. Small g is equal to capital G into capital M by r square. Once again, I want to mention the same thing. Capital G is universal gravitational constant. Capital M is mass of the Earth, and small r is the radius of the Earth. Okay. So if you take the same substance to other planet, weight will be automatically different. G will remain same because it is universal. Capital G will remain same, but capital M, small r, those will vary. If you go to moon, mass of moon is different than our planet Earth. It is smaller than Earth. r is smaller, radius of the moon, it is also small, means different value. Okay, so weight will be different because value of g will be different, value of small g will be different, so weight will be different. So that is not our interest. We are not going to moon or other planets. We are sitting on earth, and we, in engineering course, we will always talk about weights with respect to our planet earth. Okay. So what was the law? Law was force between any two masses is, force of attraction between any two masses is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. And this law is modified. It is said that force between any two masses, this is restated as force between any two point particles. Why point particles? This term is being used. That thing will be discussed in next class. Okay? In this class, up to this is sufficient. Okay? So this is the end of this lecture. Thank you.